And she laughed. I knew she laughed. She's laughing about assaulting Lexie Hull. Now, this was the incident with her and Caitlin Clark a few weeks ago. Now, this happened on June the 24th. Now, this was Lexie Hull last night. You tell me if anything is wrong.
The conversation around the WNBA has reached another boiling point, and fans across the basketball world are debating one of the league's most controversial moments of the season. Every angle of the play has been analyzed, social media has exploded with opinions, and once again, questions about physicality, officiating, and player safety have taken center stage. Before we break it all down, make sure to subscribe if you enjoy basketball news, WNBA coverage, and in-depth breakdowns of the biggest stories from around the game. The moment that sparked all the debate came during a tense matchup involving the Indiana Fever, when Alyssa Thomas and Lexie Hull were involved in a hard collision that immediately grabbed everyone's attention.
Cunningham had a message for the Mercury fans after the game. Caitlin Clark can't help but smile. Sophie Cunningham pointing at the crowd. They were pointing at her throughout the game. So Sophie Cunningham, after coming up clutch late in the game, she decided to do some pointing of her own. She decided to do some trolling of her own.
Hull took contact to the face and appeared shaken afterward, leading to concern from fans and plenty of discussion online. As with many physical basketball plays, opinions quickly split. Some viewers believed the contact crossed the line, while others argued it was simply part of an intense, competitive game. What happened next only added more fuel to the conversation. Many fans expected the league to review the play and possibly hand down additional discipline. When no suspension or fine followed, reactions poured in from every direction. Critics questioned whether the league had been consistent in handling physical plays, while others defended the decision, arguing that officials had already dealt with the situation during the game. The debate also tied into a larger discussion that has surrounded the Fever throughout the season, with Caitlin Clark drawing so much attention every night. Every physical game involving Indiana has been placed under an even brighter spotlight. That has led to constant conversations about how aggressively teams defend the Fever, and whether the league has struck the right balance between allowing physical competition and protecting players. As emotions continued to build, veteran Sophie Cunningham added another layer to the story. Her social media activity quickly caught the attention of fans, with many interpreting her posts as playful jabs related to the ongoing debate. Those reactions spread rapidly online, creating even more discussion around an already controversial moment. Whether you believe the contact deserved additional punishment or think it was simply a tough basketball play, one thing is clear: this incident has become one of the most talked about moments of the season, and it has once again put the league's handling of physical play under intense public scrutiny. The reaction didn't stop when the final buzzer sounded. In the hours that followed, the discussion only grew louder as fans, analysts, and former players all weighed in with their own opinions. We're going to break down the moment that sparked the controversy, what happened with Lexie Hull after the collision, and why Sophie Cunningham's response quickly became one of the biggest talking points across the basketball world. To understand why emotions ran so high, you have to go back and watch the play itself. During a physical sequence, Alyssa Thomas and Lexie Hull collided while competing for position. Hull took significant contact to the face and immediately went down, clearly in discomfort. Medical staff came onto the floor to evaluate her before she eventually left the court. The images were concerning, and it didn't take long for clips of the play to spread across social media, where fans began debating whether the contact was simply part of a physical game or whether it deserved a harsher penalty. As the replay circulated, opinions became sharply divided. Some viewers argued that the contact looked excessive and believed the league should have taken another look after the game. Others felt it was an unfortunate basketball play that happened at full speed, without any intent to cause an injury. Those different interpretations fueled non-stop discussion across sports shows, podcasts, and online platforms. When the league chose not to announce additional discipline following the game, that decision became its own headline. Supporters of Indiana questioned whether enough had been done to protect players in highly physical matchups, while others defended the outcome, pointing out that not every hard collision results in further punishment. Regardless of where people stood, the decision intensified an already heated debate about consistency in officiating and player safety. Inside the Fever community, the moment clearly struck a nerve. Players and fans rallied around Hull, showing support as she recovered from the hit. Sophie Cunningham also drew attention with her online activity, which many fans viewed as a response to the ongoing controversy. Her post quickly spread across social media, adding another another chapter to an already emotional story. Whether you believe the collision warranted additional action or not, there's no denying that it sparked one of the biggest conversations of the season and renewed questions about how physical play should be handled moving forward. The real turning point came after the game, once everyone had a chance to process what had happened. As updates on Lexie Hull's condition began circulating, concern quickly shifted from the play itself to the bigger conversation surrounding player safety. Seeing a teammate dealing with a painful facial injury naturally sparked strong emotions inside the Fever organization, and it didn't take long for those feelings to spill into the public conversation. One of the loudest reactions came from veteran Sophie Cunningham. Rather than staying quiet while the debate unfolded, Cunningham shared posts on social media that many fans interpreted as indirect shots at the situation. Her activity immediately caught attention online, with supporters praising her for standing up for her teammates, while others argued she was adding more fuel to an already heated discussion. Regardless of how people viewed it, her comments became a major talking point and kept the story in the spotlight. The reaction wasn't just about one play. Many fans connected the incident to broader conversations that have followed the Indiana Fever throughout the season. Every physical game involving the team seems to generate intense debate, especially with so much national attention focused on the franchise. That has led to constant questions about where the line should be between tough competitive basketball and unnecessary contact. As Cunningham's posts spread across social media, the conversation became even bigger. Sports shows debated the incident, fans argued over slow motion replays, and former players weighed in with different opinions about whether the officials handled the play correctly. What started as a single moment during a game quickly turned into one of the league's biggest storylines. Inside the Fever organization, the focus remained on supporting Hull and preparing for the next challenge. Head coach Stephanie White was asked about the incident following the game and emphasized moving forward while continuing to compete. Like many coaches in situations like this, she balanced addressing questions about the physical play with keeping her team's attention on basketball. Whether people believe the collision deserved additional punishment or not, the aftermath showed just how quickly one controversial play can dominate headlines. Between the public reactions, social media debates, and passionate responses from players and fans, the discussion became much bigger than a single possession and once again highlighted the ongoing conversation about physicality, officiating, and player safety in today's WNBA. The aftermath of this game has become much bigger than one hard foul. It's turned into a league-wide debate about player safety, officiating, and where the line should be drawn between physical basketball and unnecessary contact. Fans, analysts, and former players all seem to have a different opinion, and the conversation isn't slowing down anytime soon. Inside Indiana, it's clear this moment struck a nerve. Players have continued to stand behind one another publicly, making it obvious that protecting teammates is a major priority. Whether people agree with the officiating or not, the reaction from the Fever showed just how close this group has become. When one player takes a hard hit, the rest of the team feels it too. Instead of fading away after the final buzzer, the incident stayed in the headlines for days. Social media filled with slow motion replays, debates over whether the contact deserved a stronger penalty, and endless discussions about consistency from officials. Some believed it was simply a physical basketball play, while others argued the league should take a tougher approach to similar situations in the future. The biggest issue for many fans isn't just this one play, it's whether the league applies the same standards every single night. Supporters across the WNBA want consistency, regardless of which teams or players are involved. That has become the center of the discussion more than any individual moment from the game itself. For the Fever, the response has been about staying together. Veteran players have continued supporting younger teammates, while the coaching staff has emphasized moving forward and focusing on basketball. At the same time, players have also made it clear they expect everyone on the floor to compete hard while respecting one another's safety. Moments like this often become turning points for teams. Sometimes they create distractions. Other times, they strengthen the chemistry inside the locker room. Indiana appears determined to use the situation as motivation rather than allowing it to divide their focus as the season continues. Around the league, conversations about player protection aren't new, but high-profile incidents naturally bring those discussions back into the spotlight. Every season, officials face difficult decisions in fast-moving games, and every controversial call adds fuel to debates about how the game should be officiated. Finding the right balance between physical competition and player safety remains one of the league's biggest challenges. No matter which side fans take, one thing is undeniable: people are paying attention. The WNBA WNBA continues to attract larger audiences, more television viewers, and more passionate discussions than ever before. Every controversial moment is now analyzed from every possible angle within minutes, making consistency and transparency even more important going forward. As the season moves ahead, all eyes will remain on how the Fever respond on the court. The best answer to controversy is often winning basketball, and Indiana has the talent to keep making headlines for the right reasons. Their focus now shifts back to chasing victories while continuing to support each other through every challenge. If you've enjoyed this breakdown and want more coverage of the biggest stories, trade rumors, and WNBA news all season long, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next video. There are plenty more storylines developing across the league, and this season still has a lot of basketball left to play. The debate surrounding this game will eventually fade, but the larger conversation about player safety, officiating, and competitive balance is likely to continue. As the league grows, every decision will receive more attention than ever before, and fans will keep expecting fairness, consistency, and accountability from everyone involved. One thing is certain, the spotlight on the WNBA has never been brighter, and every game now carries even more significance.